don't expect a very large audience for this morning's broadcast. I don't know whether it's going to be brief or rather lengthy, but I'll try to be precise on how I choose my words. I've been around this community for about 3 years. I have brought you entertainment. I have brought you fun and joy, anguish, pain, destruction, and a whole lot of fuckery. I'm the cause of so many of you experiencing the real world consequences to your indiscretions. And this is a good opportunity for me to step back from all of those experiences and get on a real motherfucking level with you people. I have changed incredibly over the last, 6 months, a year maybe. And my anger and my resentment towards so many of you grow with fucking passion that makes me want to make sure that you suffer. And it's cost me a lot. I have watched round after round of your little factions grouping together in their hatred for me. And instead of stepping up to the plate with some type of fucking honor, you cowards continue to attack my family, just like you attack the families of so many others. If you've ever hit my shit list, you've deserved everything that I've dished out to you. Know that. Know that. The only people worth actually competing against happen to be the very people that have supported my position and have stood by me with loyalty, dedication, and respect for one another. The rest of you have just fucking fallen off your fucking moral high ground, your high horses, your fucking footing's lost, man. It's lost. You've been slipping for way too long. Now, I'm not battle-worn by this. No, that's not what this is. But we all know when we play these games, no one wins. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that's actually not true. Today, I have figured out a way to win. It's quite simple, actually. And unlike corrosive cosplay and his shitty commentary, I'm not gonna fucking clickbait you and tell you that I'm doing something and then not follow through with it. When I hit this fucking live stream and it no longer exists, it'll be the last that you see me on these panels and or posting content for your viewing pleasure. But what I will be doing is seeing through to all of the legal fuck mess that is currently residing over my life and either redress to your indiscretions or your attacks on my person. A really good friend of mine just showed me truths that I didn't want to explore. And in evaluating those truths, I'm in a position now where I have two choices. I can do what's best for my family, or I can do what's best for everybody else's. Because let's face it, if you need a fucking go-to guy to destroy some fucking shit, I'm that dude. Too many of you will continue to go rounds in this cycle of relapse, and you're going to continue to destroy people's lives in the process. You are the Teresa R's. Hey, Teresa, I'm not ashamed, nor am I sorry for evaluating the allegations and or the position that you bitch murdered your fucking family. Right? I believe you did. Rada, yeah, quit spurging out over my friends. Move on, dude. It was enough when you did it to Jess. Don't need to fucking do it. Fucking Steph, dude. Right, dude? Come on. Don't you want to be that low, Mr. Dick Pic, Mr. Snapchat? Don't worry. Your shit's floating all over the web, buddy. Interesting. Enjoy your fucking fuck mess and friends. By fuck mess, I mean enjoy the fucking shit show that you've created for yourselves. Because people like Paige B will still be getting drunk on boxed wine first thing in the morning a year from now. Losers that won't fucking step up to the plate and handle their fucking business will still be leaving 5 kids behind like STI for a drunk like Paige B. You know what I mean? I've cleaned up so many fucking messes for you people, and still you fucking turn heel and fucking hang out with the likes of people like Rick Crude. It's really sad that I got doxxed while standing up for American freedoms, trying to bring a story about the coronavirus that was supposedly going to spread across this nation right before it fucking happened. And because of that arrest, my family has suffered many consequences. Many. And I've sat here and I've fought a fight, and I've lashed back out at those that have proven to be involved with those, issues, threats, right? Nefarious acts. this is where shit goes, dude. Is that sometimes it's easier to turn off that button. You know what I mean? It's a lot easier just to turn it off. And why is that important? Well, because, ladies and gentlemen, what it does is it takes the power away from those that want to try to destroy everything that you have tried to build for yourselves. Absolutely ashamed of themselves. For if no other fact, the fact that they don't have human decency to know how to treat others the way that they want to be treated. So I've been so happy to fucking treat you all the way that you've treated other people. Now, I'd be lying to you to tell you that this show wasn't going to go out with a bang, because you know it is. In fact, if you're smart, you're already screen recording all of this. So you can hold me to these words when I don't come back to deal with you. Or hey, who knows? Maybe I just pop in like a fucking ghost from the past or something. Tear something up and then disappear again like a fucking lion in the darkness. Or a bird out of the fucking sky. Who knows? But it ain't gonna be no second coming of Christ for this dude. You know what I mean? I'm not that special. And many of you have given me way too much power over your lives. Shiva, man, I taught you this lesson with 10th Man already, bro. Taught it to you a year ago. And now you let me do it all over again. But this time, I'm the one that took up the rent. Vicious, dude. Vicious. And the list goes on and fucking on. I could give you a fucking huge checklist. The notches I put under my belt when it comes to this game is ridiculous. This is the thing. People have to understand that you will be responsible for the words that come out of your mouth, whether you like it or not. People have to understand that you will be responsible for the words that come out of your mouth, whether you like it or not. People have to understand that you will be responsible for the words that come out of your mouth, whether you like it or not. So before you go opening your fucking trap, remember, your words carry power.
And here's a fucking harsh fucking truth and reality. Is that your words carry weight. They carry a lot of fucking weight. Because they have real life consequences when you say them.
And will ultimately dictate somebody else's response to your position. The things that you fucking say will be judged by others and will ultimately form their opinions. So think wisely about the words that you choose. Don't be as reckless as I have been. Maybe even learn how to fucking love each other. Now, I've burnt this fucking community down to the fucking ground. Tell me, I don't think there's anyone in the chat that's gonna argue. Call me a liar. Fuck around, find out.
Hey, you lie! You're lying! Liar! You're lying! You're lying! Lies! Lies! When were the lies in?
Destroy your shit before I can get off this live stream. It'll be the last act I ever do. Before I go, I'm gonna give a special shout out to my dude Bones. And my best buddy 10th Man. You both have been rock solid and you knew it was coming, bro. You knew it was gonna happen. So I expect you guys to fucking talk about it. I expect you to talk about it. You knew it was coming. But know this. This time is for the right reasons. This time it gives me an opportunity to do what I wasn't gonna take the opportunity to do before. And that is, instead of getting all up in somebody else's bullshit to make sure that they're responsible for what they do, I'm gonna take responsibility for what I am doing. And what am I doing, ladies and gentlemen? I'm gonna get back to protecting my family and living my fucking life. Who wins now? Many of you will still be here for years to come. Believe me. That's just gonna happen. And I think the funny part is, it doesn't bother me one fucking bit. And as much respect as I have for some of you, and as much hatred as I have for others, no matter which side of the spectrum you fall on, you really don't mean that much to me. Not enough to continue to put my family in a position to where every week, because your feelings get hurt, my white paper and my wife's white paper and my family members' white papers just get spammed all over the place. That's how you people treat each other. And then you cry about it when it happens to you. That's how you people treat each other. And then you cry about it when it happens to you. but none of you will take the corrective action to fix it. And truly, the corrective action that fixes it is just a Houdini this motherfucker. Now, you know me. I'm gonna do what I do. I'm gonna do it well. I'm gonna make fat stacks of cash. And I'm gonna fucking proceed to make sure that my children are raised in an environment that is, productive, safe, educated. On if no other fucking point than to treat others the way that you want to be treated. On if no other fucking point than to treat others the way that you want to be treated. That's some real shit. That's some real shit. Take it in for what it's worth. And by the time tomorrow night comes, half of you will not even remember who the fuck I am.
Thanks, motherfuckers. I fucking wish you all fucking well. My name's Bird, and you're not gonna fucking see me this week. I ran many narratives that were filled with information and disinformation just to leave enough confusion to where people really had to draw what conclusion they felt was real.
Testing by government agencies outside of my personal doctor. Okay, we just gotta ask. Alright? Do you have any thoughts of self-harm?
What, you can't take accountability like I did for whipping my dick out one night drunk on a fucking stream and then telling a woman that I wasn't willing to sacrifice my family to have sex with her?
Time. Okay. And we're going to go with direct statements. Shiva, if your dog ever winds up in my yard, by first definition, I will shoot it. And by first definition, I will bury it in my backyard. And if I happen to see someone chasing their dog in my backyard in a red coat, I will shoot and bury that in my backyard too. Now, I'm not going to risk my channel here by uploading it here, but I have uploaded it on my 4SOC platforms. So for all of you that know about my 4SOC platforms, feel free to grab a link to any which one of them and review the information that will expose We the People Tyrant whores.
Some years ago, I had an inappropriate relationship, right, where I was like online doing things, online behind the scenes, okay? And I got caught doing that.
What, you can't take accountability like I did for whipping my dick out one night drunk on a fucking stream and then telling a woman that I wasn't willing to sacrifice my family to have sex with her?
Most likely because you're going to be too busy fighting with each other. Let me look into a couple of things real quick. Probably need you to bear with me, as I got a couple of things I want to go over, specifically regarding Rebel Shitty Shorts. We got like 39 people in the chat. Yeah, we sure do. Wow, look at that. Boom, 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 boom. Trying to find some comedy in my life real quick. Now, I'm in an interesting position. I told you guys everybody should be pretty scared because I found a feeling the other day. I know what it's like to actually have a feeling that doesn't fall between happiness and anger. It was very interesting. Actually made me realize I'm a little bit human. I was starting to wonder there for a little while. Almost feel like a fucking machine half the time. Now, I want to clarify a few things. First thing I'd like to clarify before the rumors fly and everybody tries to destroy my good name. I like smoking pot, bro. I don't smoke the other dopes, just so we're clear. I am responsible for some pretty epic fucking discontent and discord right here on the YouTube platform. And just know that whatever you hear about me on that end, half of what you fucking hear may be true and the other half is absolutely concrete fact. I might have even become a tyrant. Now, I might have had you convinced I was drunk on power, but I'd be a liar to say that I didn't drink from a cup full of it. There's a lot of good people right here on the platform, even amongst so many of you nefarious fucks. And they will bond and they will group and they will continue to push on where I have left off. And all of you nefarious fucks will in turn do the same thing with your groups, link up and do the same kind of shit you've always done. But just know that some sock account somewhere just could be the fucking Bird, and I might just enter into your little fucking white papered rooms and blow your fucking server off the fucking map. In fact, I can almost guarantee it. But the beautiful part is, You'll never know it's me. I will never be visible in this fucking area for you to fuck with or play games with. I will be the fucking ghost in the wind that you wish you never provoked. And that, my friends, is why the other day when I told you I had a feeling and you should be scared, it was serious. Bam. Where to go from here? Let me see what we got. We got 31 in the room. I hope everybody's been screen recording this rant of mine. Personally, people, I never thought to any degree that I would get attached to my connections and relationships with others. In fact, I think it's fair to say there's many of you that I host some deep connections with, and I would even say that I love. And for me, that's rare.
Some years ago, I had an inappropriate relationship, right? Where I was like online doing things, online behind the scenes, okay? And I got caught doing that.
I advise you not to whip your shit out at any woman.
I advise you not to lure married men into your...
What, you can't take accountability like I did for whipping my dick out one night drunk on a fucking stream and then telling a woman that I wasn't willing to sacrifice my family to have sex with her?
And I think to some degree, you know, after fucking being with someone for, you know, damn near 20 years, 16 married, that flame's bound to fucking die. It's bound to fucking die out. And me and my wife have had some very serious conversations over the last, you know, few days, over the last few months about these scenarios and about the fact that, again, I found myself in a situation to where I've become emotionally connected and intimately involved with a person that's not her.